Now let's talk about this run, Roman. That I remember sitting there that day. We were finishing up the podcast. Actually, it was an odd Friday where we recorded, and all of a sudden I had the volume down, and I see Paul Heyman, and I see that camera pan over and see that you guys are together. And Roman, man, I'm curious to what you guys talked about beforehand, because if the goal was to just surprise people and have people go, "Oh my God," a moment, bro, that was one of the most exciting moments, an actual turn that makes people go, "Holy ish, this is happening." Where did the conversation begin? And was that the desired effect? Was just one of those rare moments where people can't believe what they're seeing?
Well, I think the rare moments and displaying new layers, and elevating the performance every single week. That's always going to be a part of a staple of what we're trying to do. But I think what's made us so special is the preparation, and that goes individually throughout our careers, Paul and I. Everything that's had to happen, and the journey that we've both been on to get to this point in our careers to kind of collide and make this thing happen. But I think it goes with the similar and the very parallel mindset of trying to be the very best every single week. And this is some stuff I've said to Jay and Jimmy on screen, but I mean, it's a shoot. It's for real. Is we're trying. This is the only way I want to be remembered, is being the hands down, head and shoulders better than everybody else on the show, everybody else in the world. They're all trying to catch up. I mean, at this point, I feel like within a marathon, we're lapping people because we put so much preparation, so much thought into the detail, the nuance, and trying to deliver the most sophisticated, not confusing, but very respectful stories as we can. But it was something when me and Paul knew we were going to get together. It was immediate, just starting to spitball and kind of just. We knew it was something that was going to have to be fleshed out like in real time, obviously week to week, and be put into the situation and know our barriers, know which walls we're going to have to go over, avoid, or just bust right through. But we were game planning everything, and I think that was the common denominator. Is that we just want to be special because we both, I mean, we're at points, he been, on an awesome run with Brock for what, like 10, 12 years, doing
Mm-hmm.
everything that they did. And then for myself, I mean, I already had 4 main events of WrestleMania, multiple championship, reigns and stuff like that. So there wasn't much that I hadn't already done in this industry. So I think for both of us, it was just really about developing that cherry on top, really, solidifying the legacy and cementing this Hall of Fame portion of our careers.
So I got to ask you this. When does art and life, I know it's hard to pinpoint when the blur happens, but I don't talk about on the podcast the things that I see and hear when I work the shows. I respect everything too much to blurt anything out, but I can say this without saying anything. There was a moment when at some pay-per-view recently, Paul was delivered information regarding you in front of me. And I didn't hear exactly what was said. I just heard Paul's reaction. And Paul went, "He's not going to like this. He's not going to like this." And I popped so big because in that moment, I can't tell story and real life. Like Paul Heyman's really working with Roman Reigns all the time. And a message for you was being delivered to him. Did that relationship emerge over time where to some degree, the way we see it on TV is kind of the way things are when you're at work?
Um, well, I definitely think like the relationship has evolved. Even like being on the other side as like the opponent of Brock Lesnar, and still having that performance relationship with Paul. You build that equity and that like that common ground between each other, that familiarity between the two, to where we kind of know how each other operates. We get a sense for each other's personalities. The likes, the dislikes, the do's, the don'ts, that type of situation. So, but that's kind of a testament to Paul. Is when he's working with you or for you for that matter, well, excuse me, if he's working with you, then in his mindset, he's working for you. So
Mm,
everything he does is to cater to that performance. And he's been around performers pretty much his whole adult life, right? So like he knows that he needs to do everything in his capability to make the performer comfortable in what they're doing. And
mm,
so for me, you know, ever since we started working together, and I think it really shows up. I'm able to wear the skin of my character so much more seamlessly, just to be in it completely submerged in it, in the atmosphere, and become him. And that goes back to the 24/7, 365 relationship that we have, where, I mean, I could receive a text from him right now, sitting here game planning what we want to do for Friday. You know what I mean? That's just something that he's always doing. He's always looking out, you know, for me as a person and me as a performer as well, because they go hand in hand and they affect each other completely, 100%. So that's just a testament to Paul, his professionalism, and just how genuine he is when it comes to the people he's working with and his loved ones for that matter.